Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. Okay, so obviously there was an update, launcher update by Mary Camacho, with a guest, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I guess I should start off with my response to the video, to the update. It was a good update. I did get a lot of takeaways. So in a lot of times with these, the real information comes from responses from Jared, which is one of the administrators on the live chat. And so I'm going to bring that up too. First off, let me cover the responses from any updates from Mary Camacho. So a lot of the video was really about, I guess, a lot of technical stuff. Obviously, it has to be a lot of technical stuff going on in the background. Otherwise, they won't be able to launch, right? Makes sense that you actually need your stuff to work. You can tell by looking at her facial expressions, her voice, that it was like it's very likely that we won't launch in Q3, and it'll be Q4. As I stated before, you guys, these timelines really, I get the jitters especially when the Holochain team started talking about timelines, because they never do meet them. I mean, either they don't meet them or they don't communicate with us when, and it's kind of hard, right? There's a lot of technological stuff that can happen in the background. Things may not work out right. Whatever it is, right? So as you guys know, I'm not a huge technical guy, so I don't know a lot of the deep intricacies of all of this technical stuff. However, when it comes to body language, and when it comes to the English language in general, I really pay attention. And to me and a lot of other people, especially on X, they were like, it really doesn't sound like she's all that confident that it's gonna be available in Q3. And I said, remember, you guys, I stated, if it is gonna be in Q3, it's probably gonna be in the last day of Q3. Like, I don't know. It just makes me nervous again when they talk about stuff like that. Anyway, moving forward, she did state that they're going through audits and correcting some things for Holo Fuel, KYC for different countries, which is interesting. I'm going to get into that in a second. But I am going to go over I got this Holo analytics page here. I want us to really pay attention to this, because it's something that aligns with what Mary Camacho stated before about her, not Mary Camacho, Jared. He responded to someone's question. And my question, they didn't really respond. I think Jared said that there was an AMA coming. Even Mary Camacho hinted that there was an AMA coming. So I think within a week and a half, which could be next month, like 30 days from now. So I don't know. They really, they always give me the jitters when they give me timelines. But apparently there's going to be an AMA to where they really start getting into this. But I think that I can personally answer some of the questions that were on there. And I have a pretty good idea of how things are going to go. Or at least I should say I really feel like I have a great idea of how things are going to go. So I'm going to continue to make comments on the video, but I really want to go into this whole analytics thing. First and foremost, dealing with the updates, yes, it's necessary. I'm not going to say whether I'm happy or sad or mad about the questions that were brought up. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of times on X and on And on my channel, a lot of the questions are not the questions that they were answering, but hey, there are a few people out there worried about the technical side of things. As far as I'm concerned, on the technical side of things, either the shit's gonna work or it's not gonna work. That's all I got. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to trust what's happening, because there's a lot of people who are trusting Solana, and we all know what's happening there. So at the end of the day, it's either going to work or it don't work. Do you do your proper research to find out companies and organizations that are really doing their due diligence to try to make sure that things go right? I think the Holochain team and the Holo organization, I think they really do try to do that. I think they are a little bit too careful, but I guess you can never be too careful when you own your own company, right? It's not mine. But yeah, I want to go over the analytics. Mary Camacho. Well, before I get into that, let's get into Jared. So Jared responded, and he told someone, said, "Hey, why is the United States? Why is HOT not available in the United States? Why are you guys keeping it secretive?" And Jared was like, "It is not the Holo team. It is the exchanges that are restricting Holo." I don't know about that. I'm not calling him a liar, but no, there's no but. I'm not calling him a liar. I'm just going to say I don't know. But man, that's kind of hard to believe. I'm gonna flip back to this because we're gonna get into some analytics here. But oh, this graph changed a little bit, I think. But we got supported coins by Coinbase. Now this is just Coinbase. This is the major exchange in the United States. There's a couple of others as well, such as Crypto.com and what's the other one? Robinhood. But let's just look at this. So these are the coins and tokens supported by Coinbase. It makes it hard to believe that, and by the way, this is CryptoWiser, coins supported by Coinbase. Follow list includes tokens and coins supported by Coinbase for the time being. We have tried to keep the list up to date, so we want to review it once a week. If we look at this, we see these coins and tokens: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Cosmo Coin, Bitcoin Cash, SV, EOS. EOS, a lot of these were in here for a long time, ICP, Internet Computer Coin. I remember when that was like, it started off at like $700 or something. It was crazy. Yeah. Let's see here. We got Shiba Inu, which in 2020 was the meme coin, right? So I have a question. This is just how I think I could be completely and totally wrong. Shiba Inu is a meme coin, which means that it has no intrinsic value whatsoever. None. And before anybody get mad at me about Shiba Inu, I know I've made comments and statements in the past that it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't. It's a meme coin. That is what it is. And now they're building an ecosystem around it, obviously, after the fact, right? So I'm looking at Shiba Inu, and I'm like, okay, so if I replace that with the HOT token, what could I tell the people? HOT is a I know that the Holochain team wouldn't do this, but I just kind of find it hard to imagine that if I told someone, oh, it's a meme coin. HOT is a meme coin for it being too hot in the state of Florida. I don't know. And you look at it and you're like, well, okay, let's list it on here. That's not what happened. What happened with Shiba Inu is that it was making a lot of money as a meme coin, and it drew a lot of interest. And they wanted money, right? Coinbase want some revenue. We're going to get into money and revenue in a second, especially with these coins and tokens. And they were like, let's list it. Robinhood was like, oh, well, let's list it, right? And so there became like this Robinhood Coinbase effect, and the price just jumped sky high. Now, as people started moving forward, they're like, wait a second, this doesn't do anything. Well, it's a meme coin. So my question is that why 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 is it so easy for meme coins to jump on Coinbase or to be available in the United States of America, and it's so difficult for a project like Holochain, which has hot, which can and will be transferred into Holo Fuel, for it to be what's the word, to take part of the ecosystem. I'm just trying to figure out. There's nobody right now paying for anything in Shiba Inu. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe Litecoin. But that's about it. I look at all of these other projects and I'm like, I don't even heard of some of these things. Ethereum name service token, decentralized social, CeeLo coin. I have heard of CeeLo coin, but I didn't, CeeLo and Augur. I've heard of those. We got a Clover Finance token. We got Venture Gold token, Play Debt token, Alchemy Pay token, Tribe token, Biconomy token. We got the Ethereum token here. Obviously, we know what that is. Amisigo coin. I haven't even heard a damn thing about Amisigo. Ampleforth governance token, Avalanche token, Sushi Swap token, Carterson token, DeFi, like Shapeshift, Maple. I can go on and on and on. I know what Chili's is. That's a sports one. But I can go on and on about these coins and tokens that are listed on Coinbase that has no value whatsoever. So I really find it hard to find. I don't know what's going on with the lawyers. I don't know what's going on in the United States. I do understand that in the United States, it is very hard to get shit done legally. Yes, I guess, the Holochain team or the Holo team could take a chance and be like, bam, we're going to list it here. But what they're saying is even if they wanted to list it, and this is just my understanding, they can't because the exchanges don't want it, which is weird, or won't list them. So Jared was saying that it is up to the exchanges to list hot, which if it's in the United States of America, I really love to hear the arguments of why they don't want Holo or the hot token into the United States of America. Very, very weird to me. Okay, so let's get into the analytics here. And I kind of brushed over this before. I don't think I went through this with you guys before. But if we take a look at here, we see addresses by holdings, right? 92.55% have between 0 and 1K, which is interesting. Oh, yeah. Should I say 1K or 100K? I'm not really sure on that. Maybe I'm not reading this graph right. So July. So basically, the addresses hold between 0 and 1K. It's weird. I'm reading this wrong. 1K to 100K. I'm not unsure how much money we're talking about. 7.5% and 100 plus. So this addresses by holdings. Oh, how much they're holding. Okay, got it. The main thing that I wanted to really take a look at was this. Look at this. 86.59% of people are holding. Look at this. Hold from July 2023 to May 2024. This is just insane. People have just been diamond handing it, right? And you can see that the traders they're making very little difference. So basically when people purchase hot, and then they have the cruisers here, which there will always be people who are like, I get that. This is interesting as well. Whale holding. So we got the whales. I'm curious as to find out how come. Oh, retail. So we got the whales here, and they're just about holding about half of all of the available hot tokens, right? And then we look into the investors, which I don't know exactly what they label as investors. I kind of consider whales investors, right? And then we have retail. I guess that's just regular people like you, me, and everybody else. And so we're looking at this chart, and it's absolutely insane to me how this is going to go. Now, once hot takes off, right, this is going to change. We all know this. Retail is going to increase. The amount of holders is going to decrease, and the amount of traders is going to increase. Because now a lot of people have interest in the token. Now we take a look at this here, circulating supply, total supply. Max supply should not be infinity. Max supply should be the total supply that is out, right? Because there will be no more hot tokens created. So I'm really unsure as to why that is like that. But yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys. I think I might have missed something here. Oh, yeah, I missed the call, but it'll be all right. Yeah, so I just want you guys to pay attention to this, because as I continue to talk, I'm really going to talk right now about how I think things are going to happen due to everything that was said. If we look here, and we're going to take a look at, but this is the hot market performance. It's currently ranked at 170. If we go here, it's currently ranked, which is here, charts. I just saw it. Did I flip over it? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I just said it. I literally just saw it, people. I swear I'm not crazy. Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't go up far enough. It used to have the... Am I going crazy here? Oh, there it is. 170. I'm a dumbass. So it's listed as 170 here, 170 here, which means that the information that they're pulling is from Coinbase, or it has to be, because other exchanges is ranked differently, I believe. Okay, so we're looking at this. Let's look at this here. So we're looking at this funds raised. And this is going to be important, because I want you guys to realize that this is very, very, this is what Mary Camacho said is extreme. When you break it down, this is why I am hell bent on keeping the hot token. I'm going to explain. They had their ICO. We all know that percentage goal, 100% ICO price token, whatever, available for sale, 75%. Restricted countries: China, South Korea, and the United States of America. That is a terrible group to be listed with. I'm sorry, it just is. I mean, you might as well. I'm not even going to get into this political stuff, but that's terrible, right? At no point, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, do I ever want to be a country that is doing and making the same actions as China. And by the way, maybe it's because, and I believe it's because I think that the Holo organization knew that there may possibly be problems, and so they're like, no, we're gonna go to Gibraltar. Bam, there you go, right? And then so there it is. KYC required, yes, whitelist registration. So this is KYC is interesting because remember Mary Camacho stated that when it comes to hollow fuel, right, that they have to go through audits and the KYC and make sure that the KYC is correct. Why? It's so that people the KYC is going to be different in other countries, right? So US KYC is going to be different than Europe's KYC, and so forth and so forth. Australia's KYC, whatever it is. And so they have to make sure that, you know, they're following that same guidelines. Why is it important for KYC? Well, because eventually people will need to cash out or to take out either money or take out things in the reserve account, which she talked about a little bit about the reserve account. Now, here's something interesting that you have to understand. Someone asked a question about will you be able to cash out or use the local currency in exchange for Holo fuel? And Mary Camacho stated that currently they have no cash reserves. That is a gigantic hint. Now, I cannot, if you guys haven't watched the video, please watch it so you can, you know, make sure that I'm saying it correctly. But let's break this down. And let's work in reverse, right? No, let's not work in reverse. Let's work forward. You have a Holo port. And you receive, I don't know, 50,000 Holo fuel. You then say, okay, I got 50,000 Holo fuel this month. Great. What do I do with it? Well, I'm going to cash it out. So you go to whatever launcher, whatever they're going to do, however they're going to do the, by the way, this is not the swap. I'm not talking about that. This is for Holo people who are earning Holo fuel through hosting, and they go through and they say, okay, well, I'm gonna cash it out. So they're gonna cash out, or they're gonna I'm gonna use cash. They're gonna cash out through the Holo reserve, and then you're like, well, what are my options? Well, I got some Bitcoin here, and I guess they have some. They have hot here, right? Because hot is going to be in the reserves. Listen to what I'm saying. The hot token is going to be in reserve. If you are receiving a bunch of Holo fuel and want to cash out, you won't be able to do it in your local currency at first. I stated this before a long time ago. What are they going to use? They're going to use the hot token. Because that is what they're going to make available for people who are saying, okay, well, I don't have a local currency to cash out on. They don't have it in their reserves quite yet. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get the hot token. Why? Because the hot token will have some value. So for any of you idiots out there who think that the hot token is just going to disappear after the swap, you have lost your goddamn mind. So this is one of the reasons why I try to tell you guys to really do your research and think about how things are going to happen and what's going to happen. And by the way, I didn't make this up. I didn't invent this. This isn't even my idea of how I think it's going to work. I've listened to their AMAs. I've heard what Eric Harris Brown had to say. I've heard what Mary Camacho had to say about this, and this is exactly what they were talking about. So I don't know what's going on with people and their mind when it comes to, oh, that's right. So you literally, for some of you guys who are not hosts, by the way, someone asked a great question. I don't know if it's going to get answered, but I've asked this question a long time ago in the past. Well, you know, whatever. We all did. But they had these hot Holo fuel AMAs, and one of the person, which they're going to get more questions. One of the people said, do I have to participate in the swap? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not even going to answer that question because, once again, I've made plenty of videos on it. I've talked about it a lot. They have 3 special AMAs on it and 45 minutes to an hour each. So if you can't do your research and find that and listening to the horse's mouth, I really can't help you on that one. Okay, so when we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, HOT is going to be bought or exchanged for Holo fuel. Now here's the next question. In order to get cash reserves for the local currency, what do you think they have to do? If they're using Holo fuel to fund and raise money by cloud hosting and they're going to be receiving Holo fuel themselves, where the hell do you think they're going to get the cash from? They're going to get the cash from the value of what is HOT. And this is going to be happening for a while. Now, do I think it's going to be forever? I don't know. I do know that it's going to be a store of value. That's why I call it a store of value, people. Because the value is going to continue to increase. And maybe it's going to be a little, what's the word? It's not going to be as, let me see here, stable as Holo fuel. So Holo fuel, I believe, is going to kind of have its own, okay, this is what the value is. This is what the market says it is. This is what people are buying it for, hosting and different things like that. And the price is pretty much going to be even throughout the long term. HOT, on the other hand, that's a different story because there's not going to be any increase in HOT tokens. And so there's going to be an economy where people are going to be earning Holo fuel and cashing out in HOT. And then they're going to take their HOT and they're going to transfer it over to wherever. Maybe an exchange to get Bitcoin. Maybe an exchange to cash out. Whatever it is, that is going to be the bridge. And that's why they have always talked about it being a bridge. Now, for some of you out there who think that, oh my God, this is the HOT token is not going to have any value, and what the hell is going on here? Now, all of you seem, well, not all of you, some people, especially new people, I understand that. If you're new to this channel, I get it. Probably late for me to say it because if you're new to this channel, you're probably already like, what the hell is this dude talking about? But if you're new to the channel, I completely understand, right? Because there's a lot going on here to where it's like, what the Holochain is not Holo and the different organizations yeah. So I get it. But please hang in there and do your research on these things, right? Okay, so as I was stating before, if we look at it, it's going to be a continuous circle for a while. People are going to purchase. In the beginning, people are going to purchase HOT. They're going to change it to Holo fuel. They're going to exchange it for Holo fuel. They're going to pay the host in Holo fuel. The guys who are being paid in Holo fuel are going to cash out in local currencies. If HOT is not, if the local cash value is not available, HOT will be available. And there you go. And it's going to continue to go in circle, around and round and round and round. Okay. What was that movie? I think it was. Oh, it was by Jim Carrey, where he said, good morning, good afternoon, good night, something like that. I can't think of it. But in a way, he's like, they just keep going round and round, and round and round and round and round. Very funny. But anyway, there was a part on there where the cars just kept going around and round and round and round and round in circles, right? But anyway, the point is that the HOT token is not going anywhere anytime soon. And that's why I am personally holding HOT. Although I will say that I'm playing the field a little bit, right? If you guys who gamble know what craps is, then you play the field. Some of you guys may know that. But basically when you play the field, you got a little extra spots that you're like, okay, well, I'm going to hedge my bets on this and this and this, right? And basically, with me playing the field, I'm earning Holo fuel, right? So for me, if I'm earning Holo fuel and I have HOT, I have no reason to switch my HOT into Holo fuel. Why? Because I'm earning Holo fuel. So Yeah. I'm also not paying anybody in Holo Fuel, right? So it's not coming out of my pocket. Holo Fuel is not coming out of my pocket. I am actually receiving Holo Fuel, or planning on to receive Holo Fuel. So once again, this is one of those things that you really have to start thinking about, how things will operate before you start. A lot of people will make comments in the past, and they were like, "Oh, well, it's not going to have any value, and it's just going to disappear." And logically, it just does not make any sense for that to even happen in the first place. And then also, secondly, why in the world would would the Holo team have Hot in its reserve to receive it in its reserve, only for the coin or token to have no value? Think about that. People who are having Hot, they're purchasing Hot, and they're purchasing Holo Fuel so that they can pay hosts and Hot. But if the Holo organization is receiving Hot, then obviously they would love for Hot to maintain its value in some sort of way. It only makes sense. I'm leaving this alone because I feel like I'm really karate chopping a dead horse, right? Yeah. So, enough about that. Let's go back. That's what I want to do. I want to go into the roadmap here. And when we're looking at the roadmap, I think I'm in this area here, I believe. So I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. I can't go left or right, but yeah. So we have been through a lot, as I stated before, and now we're into this process here. And Mary Camacho stated, "Hey, we don't have any room for surprises," which tells me, if any of you guys have any clue of how this stuff works, there are always surprises. So, maybe this is like a way of softening everyone up. Say, oh, there could possibly be a delay. What a surprise! If you are, if you have been following the Holochain and Holo organization for a while, if you have been following any of my videos, you know by now we are used to delays. But not even just that, because before they say, "Oh, we had a delay, but we didn't have a time," right? Now we have a time. Now there's a possible delay of certain things. It's already delayed because maybe they got really hyped up and super excited. Oh man, we got this new phone. We got this new app that's going to be on his phone called Relay. It's going to be awesome. And by the way, if you have not, Jared, I believe, he did it in the on the live chat, but he sent out a part where Matt Schutte was talking about Holochain and the Holochain app, and giving his doing a demo for it, and I think it was awesome. And I do think this phone is awesome. I didn't just do that. I listened to the whole thing. I believe it's like 6 or 7 hours. And now, granted, I'm not, like I told you guys before, I was playing video games and listening when I can hear English. But I heard the whole thing. And this phone seems awesome. I want this phone in the United States of America. I think it would be awesome. Now, I hope they have service here in America. But my thing is this. I think they may have gotten really, really excited. They get all of these things going on. They have a lot of people who are drawing interest in their ecosystem, right? And I think they're really excited. And this prompts those who are emotionally involved. Like, hey, we got this. Come on. Q2. Come on, we're going to do it in Q2. There, come on, we're going to do it in Q3. Now we got this. And we're gonna do it in Q3. So yes, I do believe there might be a little bit of, what do they call those? I do think that there might be a little bit of strategy here, right? As far as, okay, the hot token is not available right now. I mean, excuse me, the Holo Fuel token. No, excuse me, I said it right. The hot token is not available in the United States right now. Let me go back to this. We all know, and by the way, this is all part of timing in the market. If you time the market right, let's look at this here. I can't believe that says 2.4 million. Remember when it was like 18? I remember it was like 16,000 tokens, and now it's 2.4 million. Absolutely insane. I guess I can just refresh this. No, that was stupid. Let's go to markets. All right. Anyway, okay, yeah. If we look at this, back in 2021, we'll look at the overall market cap, and we see this right here, and the market cap is almost getting to the same spot, but the altcoins haven't taken off. Now, you have, if you mix it up, and you have Holo Fuel is now available, or the Holo launch has happened. The hot token is just becoming available in the United States, and you have this altcoin season, mega altcoin season thing happening. And if everything lines up correctly, it's going to be awesome for some of you people out there. I think it's going to be good for me, but I think for some of you guys who got like a shit ton of hot, it's going to be awesome. I'm never jealous of others who make a lot of money, only because of the fact that in this lifetime, in this world that we live in, it's all about opportunity. And either you have the opportunity or you don't. And sometimes you can create the best opportunity for yourselves, and you can do the absolute best, and you're going to get this far as money is concerned. Maybe you educate yourself and try to be a part of an American or in your local country's system, and you try to do the absolute best you can. You're going to hit a lot of roadblocks. Things can happen in life. And so when it comes to people, hey, look here, if you're making money, man, more power to you. If hot takes off to 50 cents to $1, and some of you guys out there are going to be making 60, 70, $100 million. And by the way, if that happens, some people will be making that amount of money. More power to you, man. You know, go out in the world, have fun in your life. You deserve it. But, also, try to have a purpose in life. Try to have a goal. Try to create something that's going to benefit mankind. Or to assist mankind. So I stated all of that. Let's go ahead. I'm over that. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's go here. All right, this is what I wanted here. And we can kind of see the fear and greed index is kind of going down. People are scared, right? The markets has been tanking, and this does this all the time. I mean, I don't out of all the stress that, you know what, it's a good thing, because out of all the stress the Holochain and the Holo organization have put me through, only because I'm just trying to get so much information, trying to figure everything out, trying to anticipate things. This is no sweat off of my brow. And I don't even have Bitcoin. That's another issue. I don't have Bitcoin. So, like, yeah, like, oh my God, the market's tanking. You see people running around, fire everywhere, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to go paddleboarding today. Yeah, so, but anyway, so that's all I wanted to talk about. apparently there's going to be an AMA coming up soon. Please, as I always say, you guys, I always try to tell you guys, please do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And but last but not least, above all else, please stay safe out there. I'm trying to figure out a way to pull up my Holo fuel Holo interface so you guys can see what I'm seeing as far as like, because they made some changes to the interface, which is awesome, by the way. They have an ability to like a countersign here and all that good stuff. Like, it's pretty cool. So I'm really excited about that. I think Mary Camacho also stated that within the next month and a half or so, they're going to really have to keep Holo, those who want to participate, the hosts, available and abreast on everything so that they can be, those who are not part of the alpha program or even people who are part of the alpha program will have to shift over into the regular main ecosystem. So that's going to be cool within itself. Yeah, my own personal thoughts, it's not going to be Q3. I'm sorry, you guys. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. There's too many things that have to go on. And by the way, I think it was Arthur Brock who stated that, hey, if we kind of sprinted, we can probably get it done in Q2, which is, my question is this. If you feel like you can sprint and get it done in Q2, and yet you take your time to have it done in Q3 and you still don't get it done, this is why they were afraid of making like time frames. I'm starting to go into the camp of some people will be like, they're just trying to time it. They're already done. They're just trying to time it for the bull market. And once the bull run comes in, then everybody's going to be making money hand over fist. Everybody's going to be happy. Nobody's going to be asking any questions when launch. Nobody's going to be asking questions when Coinbase. Nobody's going to be asking any kind of questions. Some people are going to be raking in money. A lot of people are going to be taking part of the ecosystem. Everything's going to be just fine, right? Because everything is going to be working. There's going to be a lot of good news. We already got a phone. And by the way, it's Hello Vola, by the way. You guys should look that up. I've been looking at their phones and people doing reviews on their phones, which is pretty cool. So I'm really trying to decide on, the decision if I want to purchase this phone when it comes to United States of America. But even if it doesn't come to United States of America, one of the things I was thinking about, I'm like, what's restricting my ass from moving over to cross seas to a safer area? Not safer like as far as like killings and stuff like that, but to a better area that's more crypto friendly, right? Why the hell should I stay in a country that as obviously does not have any kind of what's the word? Logic to their actions. So, anyway, you guys take it easy. As I said, I'm very excited about all of this. Oh no.